NNRG.
Okay, so the mystery game for today is Airwolf. So let's get this one started up here. Not quite sure what to expect with this one. I think it's helicopter related, but beyond that, I have no idea. Don't know if it's like a first person or third person or side scrolling or whatever. And Piers, we got another Remember logo. Anyways, so let's go out of here. Spacebar brought... Oh, we got documents this time. Scenario. As Stringfellow Hawk, a former Vietnam chopper pilot, and the only man in the free world trained to fly the billion-dollar helicopter Airwolf, you have been assigned a dangerous rescue mission by the firm. Given the fact that that's capitalized, that suggests that might be an acronym for something, but I have no idea what. 5 important U.S. scientists are being held hostage deep in a subterranean base beneath the scorching Arizona desert. Wait a minute. 5 important U.S. scientists are being held hostage deep in a subterranean base beneath the scorching Arizona desert? So, is this like a domestic terrorism sort of thing? Like, are these people, like, this doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, this is not Civil War era fighting here. So why is this happening? Why are you're still in the United States. You're not like a prisoner of war if you're, or I don't understand the logic here, but this doesn't make a lot of sense already, and we're only partially into these paragraphs here. Okay, maybe it explains it. So, as Hawk, you must guide Airwolf using full stealth capabilities on a series of perilous nighttime missions and bring about the release of each scientist in turn. Only destruction of the defense control boxes strategically positioned within the cavern will allow Airwolf to descend to the heart of the base where the scientists are held. And that's all we get. So, oh geez, that really is all we get. This is the end of the document. It's just 2 pages and that's it. Oh geez, okay, so spacebar turns the music on and off. There are no controls listed. Yeah, I guess you just put the joystick in port 2 and hope for the best. Okay, let's see what we can do here. So, okay, we got our trainers, so none of that. Oh, and there we go. Airwolf, written by Neil A. Bate, and, hang on. Why is this music familiar? This music is very familiar to me for some reason, and I'm not sure why. Okay, so I guess just push the button, up, and there goes the Airwolf, ready to do its job. Okay, so it's one of these types of games, and immediately I don't like the fact that if you're not pushing up, you fall, but I also noticed if you push down, you fall faster, so that could be useful. And then that fires our missiles. There's something going on there, which I don't know what's up with that. Do I have to shoot that? No. Do I land on it? Ow. Oh, okay, those shield icons at the side are my chopper's health, I think. Yeah, because I run out of shields and I just go back to the title screen. Okay then. Oh, that's nice. You actually got an auto-fire, so if you hold the button down, you'll just continually fire. Now, you can only have 1 shot in the air at a time, but if you're like right next to something, you just fire like crazy. Okay, so maybe I gotta shoot that thing? No? Like, I mean, there's a... Oh. And suddenly that stopped and now we can go through here. I don't know what I did, but well, I guess we're gonna move on now. So I want to avoid the falling boulders. Okay, we can sort of like shoot our way through the wall here. Now we've got... Okay, I thought this was gonna be like some kind of military themed thing, but we're fighting giant plum monsters. So I don't know anymore. Okay, because of the fact that your chopper falls while you're not holding any buttons down, it actually makes it very difficult to Okay, why did that one chunk get blasted away, but now it does nothing? And now I'm dead. Okay then. So yeah, it's actually very difficult to keep your altitude because you're constantly just sort of tapping up, and yet you're expected to fly through some really tight maneuvers from the looks of it. So, okay, that's interesting. I like shot the side of that, and that made it possible for that thing that was bouncing around to actually blast into it? I'm not sure what the logic there is, but okay, we'll keep going. So it doesn't look like we can destroy the plum monsters, whatever they're supposed to be. So we're just gonna make our way by as best as we can. Okay, so far this isn't going very well. But I have noticed that on the title screen here, it says here, Mission Rescue, Location Sector 1. The F keys don't seem to do anything, but I'm going to guess that if we make progress in the game and actually get to other sectors, that maybe we'll be allowed to continue at those points. Like, there wouldn't be any other reason to show that information on the title screen here. Unless it's just there for flavor, but somehow I don't think that's quite it. But let's go on. Let's see if we can actually beat this first level here. So we first have to get past that thing. Then we shoot out a section there, which makes it so that this can be opened by that. I don't understand the logic, but we're just gonna roll with it. Okay, then we gotta carefully make our way into the plum room, the alien plums. Try to get our way through. Holy jeez. Okay, so something I've noticed now is that even though you're supposed to bounce off of surfaces if you hit them, there's something weird going on with the collision detection where you can end up perpetually bouncing and... well, okay, that was just an instant death. But yeah, you can end up perpetually bouncing and losing all of your health really quickly. Okay, so let's get through the door, dodge the rocks, or dodge the rocks, don't run into them. Yeah, I really don't like the fact that the helicopter doesn't stay level. It makes it very difficult to get yourself through things because you have to have your position perfect, but at the same time the game is expecting you to time your movements to get through obstacles. Okay, let's get through the alien plums again. And I've already lost most of my health. This is aggravating. If you weren't constantly trying to keep your helicopter from falling, like if you just stayed at your current altitude, there would be no problems. The fact that gravity is a factor is a major issue in the controls here, because you are constantly tapping up to fight against it, and because you need to have precision to get through openings. Like, that's one of the things with, what was that game we recently looked at? Or actually, I'm making progress. Let's not get off track here. So I've got some kind of thing going up and down, it looks like. Whoops. Yeah, I don't want to run into that. So let's actually dodge it. It looks like another one of these things we've got to shoot out. Or no, that one... this one's not shooting out for some reason. Okay, maybe it's one that's up here or something. Or maybe I gotta shoot out this one. No, that doesn't seem to work. Maybe shoot out the one at the top? Well, I can't get high enough to shoot that. Or maybe that was the thing we had to shoot before, but... okay, that's weird. You have to shoot this, and that allows you to shoot this. And then that does something. For a game that's supposed to be about rescuing hostages, the logic here is weird. Okay, so let's try to move down with that thing. That didn't work. Because yeah, recently we looked at Cybernoid 2: The Revenge, and in that game, there was a similar thing going on, where you were constantly fighting gravity. But the thing about that game is that you didn't take damage from hitting surfaces, which meant you didn't have to worry about, you know, letting your craft go to the bottom of the screen or hitting the top of the screen or running into a wall, because you could just maneuver around however felt natural. But here, because everything hurts you, you don't have that option. You have to constantly fight the gravity with extreme precision just to make sure that you don't lose all of your health in an instant. Okay, made it back to this part again. So get that valve, I think, destroyed. Then we shoot out that part. That open... Wait, that was closed? But we came in through there. Did it, like, close behind us and trap us or something? That's weird. Okay, so we gotta follow this thing down somehow. Okay, we move at the same speed. So... follow it down. Okay, so we'd have to blast out a wall while following along with that thing, with controls which are not ideal for this, because we move up faster than it moves up. And then here's the other thing too. We're using our missiles to blast through walls, and yet we're not allowed to take out these things. We can't take out the plum monsters with our weapons. Our weapons are being used for walls. Like, what? Why? This is something I've noticed with a lot of Commodore 64 games now, is that they give you weapons that don't actually do anything. Why are there so many Commodore 64 games which give you weapons which are used for utility purposes and don't actually hurt the enemies that you're having to deal with? Someone explain the logic to me about this, because that just doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, I'm back to this part again. So, yeah, it did close behind me after I came in here. But I'm guessing we probably have to shoot that out anyways for some other reason, so we'll do that. Then we'll get out of this room. Now, one thing I will note is that you stop falling automatically when you're moving left and right. So, yeah, and you move so fast. For a game which has these narrow corridors, giving you such extremely fast movement just doesn't make sense. Like, this is how fast we can move horizontally and vertically. And yet, there is rarely an instance where moving that fast horizontally makes any sense, because we're constantly having to go up and down and adjust ourselves perfectly to get through these sections. Okay, let's try to follow this down again, and remember that we gotta blast our way through here. Nope, that didn't work. Actually, you know what? Something just occurred to me. So let's blast this thing out here. I don't think we have to follow that thing that's going up and down. So like right now it's going down. I think there's enough space to get under it if we're fast. So yeah, now we don't have to worry about it so much. It is still coming down. But hey, we made it through. We're at a later part now. So now what? Do I, well, that doesn't seem to be anything. So clearly I gotta blast something. Maybe? I don't see any arrows on that, so maybe not. Oh, hello! I didn't even think to check that. So it looks like the map is actually a bit more dynamic. Like, I thought it was gonna be linear just based on the way those rocks were falling, but it looks like if we follow those paths down where those rocks are falling, yeah, if we go down here, we can just get to this section right away. And there's the person to rescue. And now we return to base. Oh, but okay, I see the problem here. Okay, so in order to actually make that rescue, we do have to, yeah, we do have to sort of loop around in a sense. So I guess the way we're gonna pull this off is we sort of have to clear ourselves a path first. I know what, screw it. Let's actually just go the opposite way. So we'll get out of this room first, because we have to. But then we're gonna follow that. We'll try not to get mashed by a rock there. But yeah, we're gonna follow the rock path down, rescue the person, and then make our way around the opposite way, and maybe that'll work out better? Okay, there's the guy to rescue. Rescued the guy. Now we gotta return to base. So let's shoot our way through here. And that should be a lot easier from this side. But then, instead of going through the elevator thing, we're gonna let it go up on its own. Make our way in. We'll try to make our way into there. But again, the controls are just ridiculous. You're constantly fighting the controls. Like, that's the main problem with this game. You are constantly fighting the controls. If not for that, there's a proper game here, but it's buried under this ridiculous control scheme, which makes it... I just want to move to the side. So, like, I'm trying... Okay, finally! You move so fast with such the smallest amount of tapping on the joystick. And you know, it doesn't help either that sometimes your shots actually pass straight through the things you're trying to shoot out. But anyways, we made it into here now. So let's shoot our way through these things that we have to get out of. Like, I don't understand the logic of why these things are doing what they do, but whatever. We'll just roll with it. And then we make our way through the alien plum room. Because that somehow makes sense for capturing US scientists. And... okay. Oh, I got crushed by the rock. I almost had it. Oh. Okay, gotta get through the plum room, but I don't have a lot of health to do it, so that's not good. And yeah, your shots don't always make contact with these walls, which can make it very difficult to... Oh, what actually killed me there? Maybe I just ran out of health at the wrong moment. Oh boy. It is so easy to just rapidly lose your health in here. Not helped by the fact that there are instant kills, not helped by the fact that you bounce off of everything, not helped by the fact that you move way too fast for your own good. Okay, still alive. Make it through the boulders. And there. We actually rescued someone. And now we're in Sector 2, but the map hasn't actually changed. So it looks like the way this works is that when you rescue someone, you get your health back. But then you have to go rescue someone else. And the map also resets a little, because I noticed the walls came back. And yeah, the person to rescue is not in the same place now. Well, let's see if we can find this other person, at the very least. It'll let us see more of the map. So let's take these walls out. Like, oh, I see someone over there. Okay, so it looks like only one person is available to rescue at a time. So if we actually go over here... Okay, this person is deep in this pit here. So this is going to take some precision. Okay, I did rescue them. But now we got to make our way through the plum room again. So that's not conducive to survival. Like, I'm gonna try, but I don't like my chances. Nope, that did not work out. Okay, so can we actually, like, choose who we're rescuing now? No, the different keys don't do anything. And spacebar just turns the music on and off. So... yeah, you're expected to rescue all 5 of these people. Now, you do get a health refill when you rescue one. If not for that, I would say this game is impossible. But it's... you know what? It's close enough to impossible. That's Airwolf. This game looks like it would be fun, but it has one major problem, and that's the controls. The controls are too twitchy, too sensitive. You constantly are fighting gravity, and everything hurts, despite the fact you have so little room to maneuver around. This makes it... this game would be perfectly fine if not for those controls.